Good morning, News 5 Facebook fans. I'm News 5's Chad Petrie. Now, I spent the last 4 hours around, pretty much stuck to the intersection of Government Street and Water Street, that intersection right in front of the Arthur Outlaw Convention Center. So, didn't get a chance until just now to really go around downtown to kind of see where flooding stands at this point. While St. Francis nearby is clear, there are at least 4 streets downtown that I've seen that still have lingering flooding effects on them. So I'm going to turn the camera around and kind of show you what I see right now. All right, I'm speaking to you from St. Louis Street, and this is one of 4 streets that intersect with Water Street that still have flooding. So we've got St. Louis Street, St. Anthony Street, State Street, Congress Street. Those streets at the Water Street intersection all still have lingering flooding on them. Really not a lot of traffic here at all for this to be a problem, but you can see there's still cars that are going through parts of Water Street. Parts of Water Street still flooded. Again, we were focused on one spot, but I've decided to go around just to take another look to see what else we could see. Now this is definitely receding, and you can tell by, you see in the parking lot over there, you can see that line of debris. That's where I believe, or how high or how far that water got. So it's receded down to this point, and it'll keep going down as we go on throughout the day. I don't have information on the causeway right now. Unfortunately, I just don't at present. All I have is information on downtown streets. That is what I checked out this morning. So again, 4 streets downtown, even though Government Street and Water Street is clear. We still have, I've seen at least 4 other streets around downtown that are flooded. Let me go through that list again, because I'm just pulling this from memory. We have, and again, these are all where they intersect with Water Street. You have St. Louis, St. Anthony, State Street, Congress Street. All of them have some lingering flooding on them. Somebody asking about the power situation downtown. Looks like, as far as I can tell, there's electricity at these buildings down here. At least all the ones that I'm looking at. You've got the, I don't know if you can see that here, but it looks like the street lights are working. The traffic signal is working. I can hear the sound of, I think that's air conditioner. I cannot see Austell from my vantage point, so I don't know what its status is. Someone was asking about Austell. Olivia Kerr was asking about that. So I'm just fresh off of the coverage we were doing on the morning program. We were all pretty much camped out around Government Street and Water Street in front of the Arthur Outlaw Convention Center. That's where we saw flooding, and that receded by the time the morning program was over. But I just wanted to do a quick check downtown just to see where else might be flooded. Still have flooding on Water Street in some parts. And areas that are to the west of Water Street, probably from the next intersection, seem to be fine, but it's really around Water Street primarily, near the intersections of these 4 streets. So again, those 4 streets that I was able to see flooding on are St. Francis, St. Louis, Congress Street, and State Street. All those have flooding on them, but again, it appears to be receding. You look at that debris there. So clearly the water had been that high, and now it's being pulled back to here. And eventually, of course, it'll be going away. But for right now, it's still there. I don't know how deep that is. I'm not going to be able to find out. But it is getting better. But I just wanted to see where else was flooded. Another street I checked out, St. Francis Street. That's clear. That had some flooding into their into a parking lot, into the underground level there, or the ground level. Stopped by there. Couldn't see any flooding, but I saw a lot of sandbags that were still set up along the entrance to that parking lot. Again, we were looking at just some lingering flooding from Hurricane Nate. Again, we spent, Channel 5, we spent most of our morning, at least where we were stationed downtown, at Government Street and Water Street. And that provided really a spectacular view of the Outlaw Convention Center, getting flooding at Water Street there. But clearly it's just beyond that spot too where we're seeing flooding. Again, those four streets, I'm going to turn this around here. Again, those four streets that we're still seeing flooding right now in downtown Mobile are St. Louis, St. Anthony, State Street, Congress Street. St. Francis, no flooding there. But again, I'm just talking about really just one block on each of those streets where they intersect with Water Street, and areas north of the Convention Center also are still seeing some flooding. Areas north of the Convention Center on Water Street are still seeing some flooding as well, some water that still hasn't gone away. So by no means is this entirely over. But we're still waiting for all those waters to recede, but it seems like it'll still be a couple of hours before that is done. For now, I'm News 5's Chad Petrie reporting live in downtown Mobile.